Hello and welcome back to Age of Engineering. My name's CJ. Now in the last episode then we just moved into, didn't want to drop that bag, we just moved into the new age, which is using the Neotech devices. Now we're going to look at moving forward to age 10, the technological age. And what we need to start off with, it says here, the Neotech solidifier is capable of turning steel into tech reborn's refined iron, and the refined iron is what we're going to need to move forward into tech reborn. And that would then mean that we can then craft a machine frame and start with the tech reborn. It says also here that tech reborn requires EU and the RF support has been disabled. So first things first then, we're going to need a couple of things from Neotech. So let's go to Neotech. I don't need any of those. I believe I've already got some of those on me. I don't need any expansion cards. Let's have a look then. So we're going to need a solidifier, and that takes a machine frame, 2 mica, silver and snowball. Ooh, what were we missing? The mica. I believe I've got some up here. Ooh, it's a bit laggy. I think that's because I've got some machines pumping away a load of stuff upstairs. That's the mica. That was a good spot, straight off the bat. Right, let's quickly head back on over here. And let's dump that in there. Let's go back to Neotech. And we want a solidifier. And I believe we're also going to want a crucible. Jackpot. There we go. So we've got a crucible and a solidifier, and this is simply going to be for making the refined iron, is it called? I believe. Just quickly double check that. Yeah, the refined iron. So the next thing I want then, we're going to want some steel, because that's what we're going to be turning into the refined iron. Ooh, I do need to make some more steel. What have I got up here? Let me just have a quick look. I've got 346 in there. I can do with dumping some more through there. I'll do that in between episodes though. Right, so we're also going to want a chest or something for it to at least dump what it's got left in. And I think we're just going to simply place these. I'm not going to go too drastic with it. We're just going to take these and put those down here. So if I take the solidifier, if I place the solidifier here, the crucible there, and then in both of these, where did I put those upgrades? Was it in this bag? Yeah. Right. So yeah, in both of these then we're going to place one of these upgrades and a network card. And the same again on this one, an upgrade and a network card. And this is going to accept, well, no, thank you, can we please, it's going to accept from the top. And it's going to pump out from the bottom. There we go. Right now, and the top one is going to pump straight out to the bottom. There we go. And we'll feed that in ourselves. May end up putting a chest or something on the side of it. And then we're going to have everything. Oh, I won't be able to put it in actually, because I'm going to want to get into the chest. Should have thought about that before I started dumping everything in here. Let's just take those out. We can set this all up again. It's pretty simple. Let's take those. Let's think of somewhere a bit more convenient than. I think here will do. So move you guys out the way. Take the solidifier, plop the solidifier there, and let's plop the crucible there. And that means we could easily put something on top as well. Let's dump those cards back in there. And we want it. No, and we want to tell you to exit from the bottom, and then you, let's pop you in there, and we're going to tell you to insert from the top, and I think we're going to have you exit out of this side here, which means we can then put our chest down here. Now, all we need to do now is power it. I'll just chuck those steel blocks in there so it is ready. So we need 2 of those and 2 of those. And now I'm going to mess around with this wiring. I'm just going to pop those on there, and I'm going to connect those straight up to here. There we go. Now that should already be processing. Yep, just turning all that steel into those steel blocks. It's turning it into blocks of refined iron. Whoa, let's turn that into ingots, please. Can I turn that? Yeah, I can, that's fine. Thought we were in for a nasty surprise then. So yeah, we've got our refined iron. That's probably going to be more than enough for the time being, so I'll just leave that as is. So if we ever need any, we can just run over and dump that in there. Right now, looking back in the boot then at the technological age, it says that we can now make a machine frame from Tech Reborn. I'm pretty sure this is what's going to send us off into the new age. Just looking down here though, it said the first goal should be the industrial grinder so that you can get additional items from grinding ores. That I'm not really too bothered about at all, because it's slow. And quite frankly, I've got that much bauxite and rubies already being processed into dust that I don't even really care about that. It also then mentions industrial blast furnace. Now, I'm not too sure what the industrial blast furnace is for. I know some of the items that we're looking to get is platinum. Now, I have already got some platinum powder, and I've also got some platinum. I've been getting that from this setup here when this is switched on. This, on the odd occasion, it generates platinum. It also generates nickel, which if I then throw through this thing here, it does produce an extra output of plutonium every now and again. But we also need chrome as well, which you get from ruby dust through an electrolyzer. So to be honest, looking through all of this, the only real thing that we need is the electrolyzer. As for everything else, I can't see any need for it. The only one I can see a need for is the blast furnace with the advanced machine casings, but we don't even need that yet. Reading on again as well, we got later on you'll also need to make iridium ingots. Iridium you get from sheldonite or plutonium for iridium plates, which actually you can also use the iridium that we get out of the molecular transformer, or whatever it's called, this thing up here. So the iridium balls that we can process out of iron ingots through this bad boy, you can actually turn those into the iridium ingots. Reading on again, it then mentions that you need iridium plates. For iridium plates you need an implosion compressor. Now I've checked again, and any recipe that requires iridium plates actually uses any iridium plates, and a lot of iridium plates are a lot easier to use and easier to make than making an implosion compressor. So I don't actually quite know what the hell is going on with the end of this pack, but it seems as we're venturing further on, it's getting more and more ridiculous and asking for things that you don't need. Moving on as well down here, it mentions tungsten steel. You have to have a blast furnace. Yep, you have to have a blast furnace, which gives you the hot tungsten steel. And then it mentions that you need a vacuum freezer, which also requires ice shards from bees. Now, I've looked into those ice shards, and that's another time-consuming bee thing, and those bees take that long to do. It's not something I'm that interested in, so pretty much a lot of this age I am just going to avoid altogether. So the only thing we're really going to do is get the Tech Reborn, machine frame, wherever it is, what actually sends us into the next age. That's all I'm really looking for. And we will actually make the electrolyzer. That I think is going to be the only thing I am going to make. So the industrial electrolyzer needs extractors, which is from industrial craft, needs the refined iron and advanced circuits. So we just need to make some of these extractors. What actually is it that sends us into the next age is my question. Let me look for machine frame without the W, thank you. No, that's RF tools. Deep resonance, I'm not on that yet. Okay, so how do we get to the next age? Reborn. Ah, there we go. So that's the one that we want, this machine block, which is simply refined iron. And what is it that we use this for? To make machine casings, to make the compressor, to make advanced machine blocks. Huh? Right, so there's the machine block that we're looking to make. Can anybody please tell me where this machine block is in this macerator recipe? I don't see in there at all. That's a bit messed up. Oh yeah, I'm using it for make the generator from Tech Reborn, which I think we will use for the electrolyzer. What does the power? What power is required in the electrolyzer? Where are you? It needs 128 EU per tick, and this will blow up again. This is another one of these ridiculous EU things. I'm not a big fan of EU at all. Quite frankly, does me head in. So what do we need to make this? If we go generate it and make iron bars, that'll give us 128 EU per tick. Hopefully that doesn't require a certain wind pressure, because I can't be bothered with that either. I'm not the biggest fan of this mod pack at all just lately. It seems as further you go on, the more stupid everything seems to get, for pointless reasons. So let's create our machine block. Let's do it across here. Boom. So there we go. We've now got the trophy for age 10. Go away. Brilliant. We've moved ahead in life. Let's go back to the Tech Reborn. The first thing we want to make, then we definitely want to make a generator. Where are you now? Where is that generator? There we go. So the generator takes a machine block, a furnace and an RE battery. So we need a furnace. I may actually have some in here. No, I don't. So let's just get one crafted up. And then we need a battery. No. Oh my god, this thing absolutely does my nut in. So we need one of these batteries, an RE battery. Should have, I thought I would have had it. So we need a tin item case and some insulated cable. So there's the insulated tin cable. Tin plates. Do we have any tin plates? Yep, we do. Let's go get those rolled out again. So we need the rolling machine. No, not the extractor, the rolling machine. Chuck those in there. Bam. Bam. There we go. Ooh. Take those down with me as well. Chuck that all in there. And now for the battery. Bingo. And then we place the battery there, the furnace there, and the machine block there. Brilliant. And now let's go back to Tech Reborn. And we want to make the windmill. Hope there's nothing else I actually need for this windmill. This is also quite annoying. I can't even flick through the lists. I don't know what the problem is. JI synchronized standard, does that help? Is that why it was? Because I got it on auto? Nope, still doing it. Absolute pain in the arse. And people think this one's better. Sort by mod, sort by name. Can't say I'm a big fan of applied energistics. I prefer refined storage, as long as you're not overfilling it, constantly having items going flooding through the thing. It doesn't really seem to have any lag issues, but everyone seems to moan that it's full of lag. Right, so we've got the windmill that's going to generate our 128 EU per tick, which is what we need for the industrial electrolyzer. Now we just need to make some of these extractors, which means we're going to need some of these. So we want 3 of those. Drop those in there. Where are you? We then need to make the extractors, which means we're going to need to make tree taps. So we need 4 per one. So we need 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right, so now we need to make the 3 extractors. 1, 2, and we need 1 more. No. 1 more basic. So we've got no copper wire. Let's just make a stack of it. There we go. That's all the copper wire I've got, so we'll need to do some more. And we only need 1 more of those. 1 final extractor. Dump that in there. Ooh, I did make 1 tree tap too many, unless that was already in the system. And then we should have enough stuff to make that as well. Brilliant. Now hopefully this windmill is going to work. I hope I haven't got them make 2 other generators. Where to put this thing? Yeah, I think for now I'm just going to plonk this down around here as well. So let's get the industrial electrolyzer. Let's plug that there, and then the windmill. Let's get it facing this way. Oh, and that just operates straight away as well. Yep, we've got enough power in this. It is powered up. And now, things that we can put in the electrolyzer. I've already been processing all of these things. For platinum, we can take bauxite, and from the other we can take ruby. And I've processed all of this up for this task. You see, I've got quite a lot of this bauxite. Let me just pop that back for now and get that in the ore washing plant. Yeah, we've got a lot of things processed in there as well. Right, so if we come across here, I'm going to have to see if there's a way I can automate things going in and out, but if we place this in. Yo, you are powering this, aren't you? Right, let me just quickly have a look and see what's going on here. It does look like it's powered. I mean, if I have a say, take that away. Take that away. Oh, you're taking the biscuits. Yeah, I'll be back in just 1 second then. I'm just going to find out everything I need to know about this mod, and I'll be back with you in just a second, so see you shortly. Thanks for waiting there. Right, now I've had a look into it. I've made this wrench. This makes it easier to pick them up without it ruining them. What I was missing, I got everything right in here. What I just need to do is pop in some empty cells, and then that'll start processing through all of this here. Because one of the products we get from this recipe, let me just quickly show you here, is compressed air cells, but we can't empty these air cells. I believe we can pop them in the extractor upstairs, and that should actually clear that out. That reminds me, I do need to clear out that extractor. It should be full of rubber, I think. Yeah, it's still pumping out loads of rubber. It's still got loads of rubber go through. Let me take all that for now. Let's go pop that downstairs in storage. Right, so this now should be producing for us. There we go. So we're getting chrome dust. We're also getting aluminium dust from this ruby. It isn't actually keeping up with the power, even though this is pumping out enough power for it to run. But this thing will only take in... See, this is what I don't like about all this tech reborn nonsense. I know for well if I put any bigger power source to it, it's going to blow. But the input rate on it, where's the electrolyzer, is 128 EU per tick. And this actually pumps out 128 EU per tick. So, not sure. Don't really want to attach anything else to it. Don't want to run the risk of blowing it up. I've already had to remake it one more time. But as you can see, this is a slow process. And that's basically a lot of what this mod's becoming, this mod pack. And I'm not too sure if I want to carry on or find another mod pack. I think I'm going to leave that up to you guys. But for now, that is going to do it for us today. We've got the refined iron now. We can make that whenever we please. We've just got the slow process of this making chrome dust. Not too sure why it wants us to make the arc furnace or any of the other furnaces, because I'm pretty sure we can even cook that stuff up down in the Ender IO smelter. As we've already done the platinum that was in there. So I know platinum can pass through it, and platinum's going to be one of the byproducts that we're going to get. If not, and we do have to build the furnace, I'm not going to do the one from Tech Reborn because it's too slow. I'll simply be doing the immersive engineering one. Although we will need the blast furnace for the tungsten steel, but like I said, I don't know if we're going to continue on with this, as this pack is starting to drag a bit. It would have been nice if we would have started with the Neotech and getting this 3-ore processing, because quite frankly that's all pointless. I mean, it's getting us a load of items, but I've already got that many items. It's not really something I need. But other than that, I hope you have enjoyed today's episode. If you have, please feel free to leave a like, and if you'd like to see more videos from myself, then also please feel free to subscribe. And if you'd like to recommend any new mod pack as well, please feel free to mention one in the comments. Thank you.